Have you ever wondered what humanity will do when the surface of Earth becomes too dangerous to live on? What happens when the heat becomes unbearable, the skies turn toxic, and storms make coastal cities uninhabitable? While most people are focused on vertical skyscrapers and floating cities, a quieter, more radical plan is already underway. Right now, beneath our very feet, governments and tech companies are designing, and in some cases already completing, underground cities that may hold the key to humanity's survival. These are not just bunkers. They are fully planned ecosystems built deep inside the earth, equipped with smart infrastructure, self-sustaining food systems, AI-controlled lighting, and entire communities capable of thriving in the dark. In this video, we're going to uncover the secret underground cities being built for the future, how they work, who's building them, and what this means for the rest of us. Because one day, when the world above becomes unstable, the future might just lie below. Let's begin with the most important question: why would anyone want to live underground? The answer lies in a convergence of global threats that make surface-level living increasingly unstable. First, there is the looming crisis of climate change. As global temperatures rise, many cities are experiencing record-breaking heatwaves, floods, and natural disasters. Some scientists predict that by the year 2070, over 3 billion people will be living in regions too hot for sustained human activity. Living underground offers a solution, as subterranean environments maintain a more stable temperature year-round, naturally shielding their inhabitants from the brutal extremes above. Next, there's the issue of urban overpopulation. Major cities around the world are running out of space. Instead of expanding outward or building ever taller towers, some urban planners are beginning to see the ground beneath them as an untapped frontier. Then, there's the threat of war and instability. In a world increasingly filled with drone strikes, cyber attacks, and weapons of mass destruction, underground cities provide protection from explosions, surveillance, and even electromagnetic pulses. Finally, there's the matter of energy. Heating and cooling above-ground buildings takes enormous amounts of electricity, but underground environments require far less artificial regulation, making them far more energy efficient. For all of these reasons, building underground is no longer just an emergency backup plan, it's becoming a legitimate architectural and societal frontier. To see this vision already in action, look no further than Helsinki, Finland. Beneath the capital city lies one of the most advanced subterranean infrastructures in the world, carved directly into solid bedrock. What appears on the surface as a charming Nordic capital is, in fact, layered with hidden facilities designed for both everyday use and national emergencies. The underground network includes parking structures, churches, museums, swimming pools, data centers, and even an entire ice hockey arena built beneath a church. But that's only the beginning. All of these underground components are connected by a sophisticated tunnel system that also doubles as a protected emergency shelter. In the event of war, Helsinki's underground city can transform almost instantly into a refuge for up to 900,000 people, more than the city's entire population. Inside, there are independent power systems, fresh water reservoirs, and air purification units that allow the population to survive for extended periods without contact with the outside world. Helsinki's underground strategy is not a relic of the Cold War. It is a living, expanding blueprint that is updated regularly and viewed by city planners as an essential part of Helsinki's long-term resilience. It is a city beneath the city, hiding in plain sight. Thousands of kilometers away, the island nation of Singapore is also building underground, but for entirely different reasons. Singapore is one of the most densely populated places on Earth, and with land at a premium, the government has been forced to think vertically, not just upward, but downward. To address its land constraints, Singapore has embarked on a long-term project known as the Underground Master Plan. This ambitious vision is about moving vital infrastructure below the surface to free up land above for housing, parks, and public spaces. Already, Singapore has built the Jurong Rock Caverns, an enormous underground facility 130 meters below ground, used to store the nation's oil reserves. They've also developed a deep tunnel sewerage system that helps manage wastewater efficiently while staying out of sight. But what's coming next is even more radical. Singapore is now planning entire underground districts where research labs, data centers, logistic depots, and even public transit systems will coexist in smart, AI-managed ecosystems. These zones are being digitally mapped in 3D, and each parcel of underground space is treated like a legal property. The goal is to create a future city where people can live, work, and travel in a completely integrated environment, much of which will be invisible from the surface. In North America, the city of Montreal offers a powerful example of how underground life is already mainstream, without most people even realizing it. Montreal's underground network, known as RESO, is the largest subterranean pedestrian system in the world, spanning over 33 kilometers. It connects office towers, shopping malls, hotels, metro stations, universities, and cultural venues in a climate-controlled network used by 500,000 people every day. During the harsh Canadian winters, RESO becomes the city's circulatory system. People can go from work to lunch to entertainment without ever setting foot outside. But RESO is not just a mall or a subway. It is a glimpse into what a fully functional underground lifestyle could look like, where artificial light replaces sunlight, and human routines continue regardless of the weather above. Montreal proves that underground cities don't have to feel apocalyptic. They can be vibrant, efficient, and seamlessly integrated into everyday life. China, with its rapid urbanization and long history of infrastructure megaprojects, is pushing underground development in both public and secretive ways. During the Cold War, China constructed a vast network of bunkers beneath Beijing, originally meant to protect citizens from nuclear attack. Today, many of those bunkers have been repurposed into low-cost housing for migrant workers. Incredibly, more than 1 million people are estimated to have lived in these cramped underground apartments, some barely large enough for a single bed. But that's only the beginning. In Chongqing, one of China's fastest-growing cities, engineers are developing a prototype for an underground smart district that includes AI-managed air circulation, waste systems, autonomous transport, and vertical hydroponic farms. This isn't just about surviving below ground, it's about thriving in a completely closed-loop environment. On the military side, rumors and satellite evidence suggest the existence of deep underground bases designed for missile storage, command centers, and protected communication hubs. These facilities are intentionally kept hidden, often carved into mountains or buried beneath rural terrain. Whether for defense or urban planning, China is clearly preparing for a future where underground space is just as important, if not more, than surface real estate. In the United States, the concept of underground cities is more mysterious, often tied to secrecy and defense. The most famous example is the Cheyenne Mountain Complex in Colorado Springs. Built during the Cold War, this facility is located 2,000 feet inside a granite mountain and is designed to survive a 30-megaton nuclear blast. It houses command and control centers for NORAD and other defense agencies, with independent power, water, air, and food systems to sustain life for extended periods. But Cheyenne Mountain is just the beginning. There are dozens of similar underground installations across the country, many of which are still classified. Some conspiracy theorists believe there is a nationwide network of deep underground military bases, connected by high-speed maglev trains and located beneath key cities and airports. One of the most infamous locations is Denver International Airport, which is rumored to have layers of secret tunnels and bunkers built beneath its sprawling campus. While many of these claims remain unverified, what is confirmed is that the U.S. government has spent billions of dollars on hardened underground facilities in the past 2 decades alone. Whether for military readiness, continuity of government, or future civilian use, America's underground infrastructure is far more expansive and secretive than most people realize. In Japan, underground engineering is being used not for war, but for survival against nature itself. The country's GCANS project, located outside Tokyo, is one of the largest flood control systems in the world. It consists of 5 giant silos, each 65 meters tall, connected by a massive 6.3-kilometer underground tunnel and a cathedral-like water tank that looks like something out of science fiction. When typhoons hit and rivers overflow, GCANS channels the floodwaters underground, protecting Tokyo's 40 million residents from devastation. In the future, Japan hopes to turn similar infrastructure into mixed-use underground zones that can also serve as transit hubs, storage facilities, and even temporary shelters. So what does a fully realized underground city of the future actually look like? Picture this. Multiple layers of human activity stacked vertically beneath the surface, with glowing walkways, simulated skylights, gardens growing without sunlight, and silent transport pods moving at high speed. There are apartment complexes built into rock walls, digital control rooms monitoring every metric from oxygen levels to temperature, and smart farms producing food without a single ray of natural light. The city never sleeps, and it never sees the sun. Some architectural firms envision artificial intelligence-regulated metropolises underground, where traffic, air, water, and human movement are all optimized by machine learning systems in real time. The world above may be burning, freezing, or collapsing, but down below, life continues. But this vision raises a serious ethical question: who gets access to these underground cities? Will it be the ultra-wealthy, the government elite, or the powerful few? And what happens to everyone else left on the surface? There is a risk that underground cities could create a new kind of vertical class system, where the rich live protected lives below, and the poor struggle to survive in an increasingly hostile world above. There's also the human toll to consider. Living underground for extended periods can lead to psychological stress, sleep disruption, and a profound sense of disconnection from nature. If we are going to design cities that last for centuries underground, we must also design them to preserve our humanity. The future of civilization may not lie in reaching the stars, but in retreating into the earth. Whether it's a response to war, weather, or overpopulation, the next great city may not be something we can see from the sky. It may be something we'll have to descend into. This is Futuristic Edge. If you found this video insightful, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because what's being built underground today might just decide who survives tomorrow.